All right, you and I are witnessing pure betrayal. His wife's minions always called him the Grand. Hubby, he absolutely hated that cheesy title. He told them to just call him boss, but they stubbornly refused to drop it. That is, until the day he went to grab a replacement for his marriage certificate. The clerk took his ID, looking at him with eyes full of pity. Sir, your marital status shows you are completely single. He froze, thinking he misheard her entirely. That was impossible. He and his wife registered their marriage right there 5 years ago. The clerk double-checked the system. Her expression turned slightly awkward. The system shows you are indeed single, but Lillian is legally married. She paused for a dramatic second. Under her spouse section, it is registered to someone else, a guy named Trent. Do you know him? His brain felt like it was buzzing, ready to explode. All he could hear was a deafening ringing in his ears. Everyone knew the story. Lillian and Trent were childhood sweethearts. He was that untouchable first love in her heart. As for our main guy, just her savior. 5 years ago, he saved Lillian from a horrific car crash. The impact completely shattered his, let us just say, his baby-making pipes. From that terrible day on, he lost the ability to have children. Out of gratitude and pure duty, Lillian insisted on marrying him anyway. After tying the knot, he poured every single ounce of his love into her. If she casually mentioned she liked roses, he would buy an entire field and plant every single variety she fancied with his own bare hands. If he took her to an auction and she merely glanced at an item, he would not hesitate to bid the absolute highest price to win it for her. That was his life, until a business rival pushed a massive scandal about Lillian onto the trending hot searches. That was how he found out she had another man on the side, and to make things so much worse, she was already over 3 months pregnant. That night, Lillian knelt right before him, begging for forgiveness like she was literally auditioning for an Oscar. She claimed she got drunk by accident and completely mistook Trent for him. She slapped herself left and right, sobbing uncontrollably. Hubby, you have to believe me. I will get rid of this pregnancy. I will not let this child be born. He swallowed his deep grief and forgave her. He had been seeing doctors constantly, and they actually told him there was still a chance for his pipes to recover. Believe me, Lillian, we will have our very own child. Lillian cried absolute buckets into his chest. I believe you. I will go through the treatments with you. Well, shortly after that, she announced she had to go on a business trip overseas. She was literally gone for a solid half a year. On their 5th wedding anniversary, Lillian promised she would fly back. She even booked a fancy hotel for them. Stick with me here. He rushed there, only to witness an absolute horror show inside the VIP room. There she was, surrounded by her parents and a bunch of close relatives, all raising their glasses in a toast. But the most blindingly painful sight was the baby cradled right in Lillian's arms. In a split second, a heavy wave of pure dread crashed right over him. He was just about to storm in and demand answers when he heard a voice. I know you have suffered a lot of grievances lately. You have been taking care of the baby since he was born. Do not worry, I promise I will not let you suffer anymore. Lillian said, It is okay, Lillian, I completely understand your difficult position. After all, Mr. Harvey sacrificed so much for you, we should not trigger him. I get it, he said. The other man holds Lillian tight, planting a deep kiss on her forehead. Lillian, it's almost time. Your husband should be here soon. Should we get out of here? Yeah. Getting caught now would ruin everything. The baby is barely a month old. We worked so hard to hide this secret. Don't mess it up now. And right there in the corner, our guy Harvey watches it all. Seeing them, the blood completely drains from his face. He looks pale as a ghost. Even Lillian's best friends are in the room. What are you afraid of? Harvey can't even get my daughter pregnant. Her mother scoffs. It took everything for us to finally get a grandson. If that fool tries anything, I swear I won't let him off the hook. Mother Vance grumbles, clutching the baby anxiously. Besides, this child has Vance family blood. She smiles. Trent, the real dad, even agreed to let the kid take our last name. but he can't stay hidden forever. That won't work, Lillian. You need to find a way to bring Trent into your house. To live under his roof, just tell your clueless husband that he is your cousin. Anyway, Trent's face was completely blurred out in that trending internet scandal last week. Harvey has no idea. Lillian nods. I know, the baby is already here. Anyway, Harvey can't do a thing about it. That absolute coldness on her face makes the blood in Harvey's veins freeze solid. How could he possibly accept that the woman he loved for 5 years had been playing him this entire time, and even her parents, the people who supposedly cared for him, and her closest friends, they had all known this dark secret for ages. Everyone knew. Every single person played him for a total fool. Oh right, Lillian, don't forget this seashell. Trent suddenly pulls a cheap fake seashell right out of his pocket, handing it over. Today is your 5th wedding anniversary. You have to give him a shell like always, even if this thing is completely fake. You gotta put on a good show. Lillian takes it, gazing so lovingly into Trent's eyes. You are always so thoughtful. I almost forgot. Trent just beams. The baby's identity is still a secret. You need to be a good girl and play the perfect loving wife today. Her besties chime in, laughing. Man, I bet your husband has no idea. Aside from that one real shell from your very first anniversary, the rest are total fakes, right? That idiot actually believes you. Dive into the ocean every year to fetch them. Lillian, you are a total genius. A piece of junk that costs under $1 saves you from buying a real anniversary gift. What a steal. I need notes. Outside the room, Harvey's shoulders begin to tremble slightly. His heart twists in pure agony. He never expected that even the precious seashells he cherished as his most prized possessions were just cheap fakes. Was anything over the past 5 years actually real? His mind goes completely blank. He can barely even stand straight and nearly collapses right onto the floor. He honestly does not remember how he drags himself out of that cursed hotel. After stumbling into his car, the driver asks, "Sir, are we heading home?" Home. Harvey looks down at his golden wedding ring. He is about to be homeless to the law firm. Now get this, by the time he returns late at night, things get worse. The second he steps inside, a blindingly offensive sight greets him. Lillian actually brought her lover and the baby into his house. Trent is holding the baby, looking absolutely thrilled. Lillian, look at him, he calls out. He just smiles. Yeah, looks like he really loves hanging with his mommy. Lillian, let us never be apart again, okay? The two of them are glued together, acting exactly like a happy married couple. Harvey stands at the doorway, his heart completely shattered. His chest was locked in an absolute vice. Harvey could barely even breathe, not until the maid suddenly shouted, "Boss, you're back," that they finally noticed. Lillian jolted up like lightning, hit her, shoving that kid right into the other guy's arms, and scrambling backward to create distance. Harvey, where did you go? Today is our 5th anniversary. Why didn't you show up at the hotel? Staring down his wife's totally panicked expression, Harvey felt his world shatter completely. He couldn't even speak. She had zero idea he had already been there. He already knew everything. Harvey, just let me introduce you. This is my cousin Trent. His wife recently passed away, tragically leaving him alone with a newborn. My parents asked me to help take care of the baby, so I brought him here. Trent lifted his handsome face and gave Harvey a perfectly polite smile. Hello, brother Harvey. I'm Trent, Lillian's cousin, watching these two acting out this trashy soap opera. Guys, you can't make this up. Trent was undeniably good-looking, early 20s maybe, and sure, his facial features honestly did share a slight resemblance to Lillian. Harvey just clenched his fists. The absolute raw betrayal left him completely unable to speak. He never thought she would actually bring this guy and their secret love child into his own house. Her absurd excuse and totally pathetic defense sounded like an absolute joke, yet she acted like it was the most normal thing in the entire world. What's that in your hand? Is it the report from your vasectomy? Check up today, let me see. Have you almost fully recovered? Yeah, Harvey had almost fully healed up, but he completely lost the desire to share that update with Lillian. Lillian reached forward to snatch the papers from his grip, but Trent suddenly yelped. Lillian, the baby is crying. Is he hungry? Does he want some milk? Really? Lillian instantly yanked her arm back, tossing the medical report aside. She pivoted, grabbed the infant right back and marched straight toward the dining room. I'll go upstairs to feed him right now. Trent lowered his head, pouting like a massive spoiled brat. After you feed him, can you buy me some honey grapefruit tea? You're a grown man yet. You still act like a giant toddler, but you always spoil me the most. All right. I'll go buy it right away. Lillian turned to leave, but as she reached the doorway, she apparently remembered something and shot a glance back at her husband. Harvey, do you want some honey grapefruit tea, too? Staring at her blatantly fake concern, Harvey's mouth twitched. I'm allergic to honey. Lillian froze up, taking a long second to process that fact. Sorry, Harvey, I forgot. I'll be right back. Oh, right. Here is the seashell I promised to give you every year. The reason I was late to the hotel today was because I was diving for this shell. It was really hard work. She shoved the shell into his palm. Harvey just stared at it. Such a totally cheap, low-quality fake shell. How did he never realize before? He smiled. Lillian, your cousin's baby just turned 1 month old, right? Harvey asked with a chilling grin. If I remember correctly, had you not aborted our child, they would have been exactly 1 month old today, too. What an insane coincidence. Lillian instantly panicked, grabbing his arm, aggressively swearing innocence. Harvey, what kind of nonsense are you thinking? He really is just my cousin. No, the baby is his. It has nothing to do with me. We've been close since childhood, which is why I brought him here. Stop overthinking. I'm just going to buy him something. I'll be right back. As the door slowly shut, a bitterly cold smile crept onto Harvey's face. When a person starts lying, they spin 100 more lies just to cover up the very first one. Stick with me, Harvey refused to spend another single day living a lie. It was finally time for him to leave, but the second Lillian walked out, Trent started his fake innocent act. Harvey, please do not misunderstand. Lillian was just worried something terrible might happen to the baby. She let me stay since I am single. I do not really know how to raise a kid alone. Do not worry, I will not bother you. Harvey stared at that painfully fake guilt. He answered coldly, I know Lillian gave birth to that baby, and I know exactly who you are, the main guy in her massive scandal 5 months ago, right? Trent froze completely, slowly raising his eyes. Wicked smirk crept into his eyes, clear as day. So you know everything. Harvey provoked him with a cold scoff. As expected, that good puppy persona was totally fake. Since you already know, I do not need to pretend anymore. He mocked openly. Anyways, you cannot give her a child, and you are getting old. Women are all the same. You will adapt. You probably do not know this, right? Lillian says I am the absolute best in bed because you act like a corpse. You cannot make her happy. Harvey felt his heart sting. The vows they made at their wedding were still echoing in his ears. Lillian had sworn, in this life I will only love Harvey. Whether he can give me children or not, I will only love him. I will never betray him. Wow, only 5 years to break it. She could only keep up the fake act for 5 years. Well, Harvey decided he would gladly grant them their twisted, happy ending. He was just about to turn and leave when Trent suddenly lunged forward, desperately hugging Harvey by the leg. Brother Harvey, please do not kick me out. I am just here to celebrate the newborn baby milestone. I promise I will leave right after. Real tears suddenly streamed right down his face. Before Harvey could even process this wild shift, Lillian walked in. Now you and I know how this looks. Seeing Trent kneeling, she panicked, rushing to yank him up. What are you doing? Holding the baby and kneeling on this cold floor. Before Trent could say a word, she shot a freezing glare at Harvey. If you do not want Trent here, just say it. Why do you have to bully him the moment I turned my back? He is holding a baby. How could you make him kneel? She took an outsider's side without even giving Harvey a chance to explain. Watching her protect her new man, Harvey felt a truly massive lump in his throat, choking him with sharp, suffocating pain. No, it is not. Like that, Lillian, you misunderstood Harvey. I lost my balance and fell on my own, Trent carefully explained, playing the victim card perfectly. But Lillian was not buying the excuse. Lost your balance. Your eyes are red from crying. If you just fell, why would you be crying like this? After saying that, she hugged Trent, shooting Harvey a furious glare. Harvey, I do not care if you believe me. I said he is my cousin, and I do not care if you like it or not. Trent is staying here from now on. It is hard enough for him to take care of a newborn alone. You have never been a father, so you do not understand how hard it is. Try being more understanding. You have never been a father. Wow, you and I know it is the ones closest who know exactly how to twist that knife right where it hurts the absolute most. Harvey burst out laughing, but the crazy laughter quickly turned into bitter tears. Lillian, do you even remember exactly why I ended up like this? Why I cannot even be a father? Tell me, Lillian. Harvey gives her one last chance. Who is this guy really? Just a cousin? Yeah, right. Hearing this, Lillian seems to realize she crossed a huge line. No, she stammers. Harvey, I did not mean it like that. You are just being too sensitive. He really is only my cousin. Brother Harvey, please do not be mad. Let me pour you some tea. Please do not blame Lillian for this anymore. Okay, Trent hands the baby to a maid and walks over with tea, but suddenly he loses his balance completely, collapsing hard to the floor and shattering the cup into pieces. He immediately tries picking up the broken shards, slicing his hand until it is covered in blood. Lillian completely loses it. She quickly helps Trent up, dragging him upstairs in a panic. Stop touching that. Who told you to serve him tea? You did nothing wrong here. Why are you apologizing? Trent, remember this. You are a part of the Vance family now. You belong with us. I forbid you disrespecting yourself like this. Understood, but my status is so low, he cries, not like. Brother Harvey, what about us? What about our kid? I do not want my baby growing up without a father. Their voices fade upstairs. Meanwhile, our MC Harvey stands in the shadows. Blood is slowly trickling down his calf, yet he does not feel one ounce of physical pain. Just moments ago, a sharp teacup shard had deeply sliced right into his leg. Fresh blood is pouring out, but in Lillian's blind eyes, there is only Trent. Harvey does not even exist. He still remembers the day he saved her from a speeding truck. Lillian gripped his hand, crying like a total child. Harvey, if you survive this, I swear I will never let you get hurt ever again. A throbbing pain radiates from his leg wound. He crouches down, weeping silently. Lillian never returns to their bedroom that night. As the morning sun hits his tired face, Harvey hears a massive commotion outside. He pushes the heavy door open, only to find maids leading workers straight toward the guest room. Hurry up. You have the blueprints. Get this nursery decorated right away. The young master is already born. This must be finished immediately. Harvey walks straight to the balcony, looking down from the second floor. Maids are endlessly carrying baby supplies inside. Fancy cribs, strollers, mountains of formula. It completely fills up an entire room. Trent looks at all this luxury. His handsome brow furrows. Lillian, he is only a month old. You bought so much stuff. Will Harvey be sad when he sees this today? Your only focus should be our child. You do not need to worry about him. Lillian grabs his hand, leading him toward a table. I also have gifts from my parents for the baby. Open it. Trent opens the boxes. They are stuffed with ridiculously expensive jewelry and luxury watches. Oh my God, this is way too precious. He panics, trying to put them back. I do not deserve this. You should give these to Harvey. He never uses this kind of expensive stuff. It is for you and the baby. Be good and take it. Lillian pulls out a ring, slipping it right onto his finger. I cannot give you a real wedding, and I cannot give you the official title of the Vance family. Son-in-law, please do not blame me. Why would I ever blame you? Being with you and raising our child, I am already more than satisfied. The two of them hug like some pair of tragic star-crossed lovers. Harvey lowers his eyes, heavily dragging his feet back to his room, pulling out a transfer agreement. You and I know he is absolutely Going to take back everything that rightfully belongs to him. He flips straight to. Harvey flips to the last page, grabs a pen, and heads downstairs. Lillian, sign this document. Seeing him walk in, the cheating pair quickly pulls apart. Lillian scrambles to explain. Harvey, Trent wasn't feeling well just now, so yeah. Our guy just smiles. I know he is working hard with the baby. You were just supporting him. Here, he hands her the pen. What is this? Lillian tries to flip the pages, but Trent quickly grabs her hand. Lillian, didn't you say you were going to buy baby clothes with me? Ah, right, I will go with you right now. Lillian quickly scribbles her name blindly. Harvey, just buy whatever you want. You don't need my signature. Harvey and Trent lock eyes, it seems. He figured out Harvey's plan long ago. Our main character knows Trent pulled her away on purpose just to make her sign blindly, seeing her signature on the agreement. Harvey chuckles softly. You and I know this makes his revenge easier. With the papers secured, he slips off the emerald ring on his finger. Trent, this is for you. Wait, didn't your mom give you that? Seeing him take off the ring, Lillian frowns. This is the Vance family heirloom. It's the wedding ring for the Vance family's son-in-law. How could you just take it off? Mom said this ring protects against disasters and brings peace. Trent's baby is still so young. He and the child need this more than I do. With that, Harvey slides the ring onto Trent's finger. May the child grow up healthy. And I wish your family of 3 a long, happy life. He leaves the rest unsaid. Lillian stares at him intently. Harvey, thank you. When Trent's baby turns 1, I will make sure he returns the ring. Harvey just laughs. We'll talk about that later. Weren't you going shopping with Trent? Come back and have dinner with me later. Oh, right, Harvey. The doctor said yesterday that Trent is a bit anemic and needs some nourishment. I remember your pork liver porridge is the absolute best. Could you please cook a bowl for Trent? Harvey's eyes finally turn red. If he says no, Lillian will definitely throw a fit. I'm begging you. Can't you just do it? Lillian, if this is the very last request you ever make of me, no matter how much you ask, I will cook you one last bowl of porridge. Children are the most important thing after all. The heavy boulder in his chest is finally lifted. He takes a trip to the market since it's Lillian's final request. He agreed. He personally picks out the highest quality pork liver and heads back to prep dinner. Over the years, our guy has stepped into that kitchen countless times. Lillian is a picky eater, and only the meals he cooks suit her taste. When they first got married, he was more than willing to cook for her every single day. But later, Lillian said she loved him too much to let him toil in the kitchen. Who would have thought that the next time she asks him to cook, it's for her lover? Wild right, the porridge simmers for nearly 2 hours. Harvey carefully brings the pot to the table just as Lillian and Trent return. Smells amazing, Harvey. You really worked hard. Trent walks over. Harvey glances up and instantly notices a huge diamond sparkling on his wrist, a limited edition luxury watch. Beautiful watch, Harvey blurts out. Trent fakes taking it off. While we were shopping, I saw Lillian looking at it and bought it for her. Brother Harvey, if you like it, I can take it off and give it to you. Lillian grabs his hand. Don't take it off. I bought this just for you, and for our main guy Harvey, a gift too. She handed him a beautifully wrapped box, but she completely missed the 2 little words printed right on the bottom. Complimentary gift. You guys, Harvey's heart felt like it was being slashed to absolute pieces. Thanks, let's eat. He forced a fake smile, took the freebie, and placed the hot porridge right in front of Trent. Trent lowered his head, took a sip, and suddenly gagged violently. Ew, it smells awful, it's so fishy. Trent quickly clamped his hand right over his mouth. Disgusting, take it away. Oh, brother Harvey, if you did not want to cook, you did not have to. This tastes incredibly weird. Ah. It is making my stomach hurt. Take it away. Hurry. Lillian panicked and instantly rushed right over, ordering the house staff to take the bowl away. As a maid reached to grab the steaming pot, Lillian suddenly swatted her hand away. The boiling hot pot flipped, splashing scalding porridge straight onto Harvey's skin. Ah, he screamed. In pure agony, the maid was totally terrified. "Sir, are you okay? Harvey, how are you?" Lillian was actually startled. Now watch this. Instead of checking on her husband, Trent suddenly clutched his stomach. "It hurts, Lillian, my stomach hurts so incredibly much. What should we do? What did Harvey put in the porridge? Harvey, look at what you have done. If anything happens to Trent, I will never forgive you." After screaming at him, his wife immediately turned around, scooped Trent up into her arms, and sprinted right outside. "Hurry, drive her to the hospital." Watching her back as she rushed away, Harvey just looked down at his severely burned arm. The searing physical pain felt like a literal fireball, incinerating whatever last shred of hope and love remained in his broken heart. "Sir, what is wrong with Miss Lillian? You are burned too. How could she just leave without even looking at you?" The maid brought over the first aid kit to help treat Harvey's brutal burns, grumbling in absolute dissatisfaction. "Miss Lillian never used to be like this. Everyone says guys change their minds, but women change too. Sir has done so very much for her. She cannot just treat you like this because you cannot have kids." The maid stopped herself from saying any more. Harvey looked at the mess on the floor. "Clean it up. This is the absolute last time I will ever cook for Lillian." Late that night he tossed and turned, finally falling asleep near dawn, but Harvey had not slept long before someone roughly yanked him straight out of bed. He opened his eyes to see Lillian's dark, furious face staring down. "How can you still sleep?" She violently dragged him off the bed. His burned arm was yanked hard, sending a piercing, bone-deep pain shooting through him. In the dim light, Harvey knelt on the floor, looking up at his wife. "What are you doing?" "What am I doing? I should ask you. Why did you put rat poison in the pork liver porridge? Do you know Trent almost died?" Harvey blinked, completely refusing to believe his own ears. "You really think I put rat poison in the porridge?" "Harvey, what were you even trying to achieve? Why would you do this? Is it because you cannot stand seeing me treat him well?" "Harvey, over all these years, besides you, I have never shown an ounce of care to any other man. I saw that Trent was so pitiful, totally alone and helpless, raising a child by himself, so I brought him into the Vance family. If you had a problem with it, you could have just told me. Why stoop to such a despicable trick? You have truly disappointed me. Is it really like Trent said, because we cannot have kids, you got insanely jealous and wanted him dead? Is that it?" Lillian was shaking with pure rage, hearing her spew that guy's vile slander. The blood in Harvey's veins turned to absolute ice. "You do not believe me. You made a mistake and—" Harvey still refused to confess. Lillian glared down at him. "Go to the hospital and apologize to Trent." "And if I refuse?" Harvey stared back, his eyes completely red. Her gaze was absolute ice. "Today you are going, whether you like it or not. I've spoiled you way too much lately. That is exactly why you've turned into such monster. This time, you will take full responsibility for your actions." Lillian actually dragged our guy to the hospital. Entering the ward, she dropped his arm immediately. She rushed over to the bed, her voice softening. "Trent, how is it? Does it still hurt?" "Not anymore, Lillian," Trent whimpered. "When you left earlier, I was just so scared. I was terrified if I died, our baby would have no father." "Silly," she cooed. "How could I ever leave you?" Harvey came to apologize. Harvey stepped up, staring right into Trent's lying eyes. "Trent, did you tell Lillian that I put rat poison in the porridge?" Trent kept up his flawless, innocent act, but Harvey knew exactly what kind of absolute scum he was. Harvey obviously never poisoned the food himself. "You and I both know what that means." Trent swallowed the poison on purpose to frame him. "Brother Harvey, it's okay. I know you didn't do it on purpose. Just be careful next time." Trent blinked, perfectly playing the ultimate victim here. "It is just because Lillian cares about me too much. Please do not be mad. Just maybe avoid the kitchen from now on, Brother Harvey. What if you accidentally drop something bad in the food again and the baby eats it?" Hearing that trash, Lillian's heart instantly clenched. She glared at Harvey, and after long, heavy silence, she spoke. "Let us do this, Harvey. Starting tomorrow, move into the house next door. I own a property there. Stay there until I find a proper place for Trent and the baby, the severe burn wounds on. Harvey's arms were screaming in pure agony. Cold sweat beaded on his forehead, his lips turning. Pale, Lillian did not even care. He pursed his white lips and just calmly nodded. Okay, I will move out right away to make room for you too, seeing the dead. Empty silence in his eyes, Lillian actually felt a sudden twinge of guilt. I didn't mean it. Like that, it is just for a few days. You understand, right, Harvey? I understand. He smiled. After all, he was leaving her for good anyway. Good, and two. Show your remorse. Prepare a nice gift for Trent when he gets discharged. Tomorrow, Harvey's face went totally pale. Fine, I know what to give him. He went straight back home. The maids had already started packing up all his personal belongings for the move next door, watching all the expensive things Lillian and him had bought together getting boxed up. But get this, his heart did not even hurt anymore. He was going to leave sooner or later anyway. Honestly, not lifting a single finger to pack was a solid bonus. The other house still needs a few days to be cleaned. The miss said you can stay here for 2 more days before moving. The head maid explained. Harvey just nodded. Then he took a walk to the rose garden. It was May. The roses were in absolute full bloom. He ordered the gardeners to pick every single rose out there today and have them delivered straight to Trent. But Mr. Harvey, aren't these roses your most prized possession? You normally only dare to cut a few. You want all of them picked today. Harvey sat on a nearby bench, watching the workers hustle from dawn till dusk, completely clearing out the massive rose garden and loading them onto trucks. As the sun set, the sky turned a stunning shade of purple and pink. He grabbed a torch, ready to burn. Let's take a look at what remained of the rose garden. Flames danced beneath the sunset. Hauntingly beautiful, the servant panicked. Oh my God, sir, what are you doing? You planted these yourself for the miss. Burning them is a complete waste, but Lillian wouldn't have time to admire these roses anymore anyway. Since that's the case, Harvey thought, let's just burn all these old memories to ashes. Staring into the raging inferno, he lowered his eyes. Harvey called his absolute powerhouse of a sister, currently doing business overseas. Sis, what country are you in right now? I'm in Switzerland. What's up? Want to come visit your big sis for a getaway? Are you alone? Send me your address. I'll be there in a few days. Alone? Did you two fight? Couples fight all the time. Harvey, just let it go. Don't hold it in. Didn't your wife already abort that baby? The baby is already born, he replied. I'm leaving her. I'll come find you soon. That damn woman. Don't be scared, Harvey. Your big sister is here. Our Harvey family's empire absolutely crushes the Vance family. Are you seriously afraid you won't find someone better? If that woman betrayed you, then all those business contracts our family handed the Vance family, I'm pulling every single one. I definitely won't try to persuade you to stay this time. Whatever you decide, I support you. Even though their parents had passed away long ago, his sister Hazel built an absolute empire overseas recently, paired with the Harvey family's original deep connections. She had handed Lillian's family an immense amount of pure profit over the years, purely out of respect for his marriage, but Lillian knew absolutely nothing about any of it. Since he decided to leave, Harvey wanted zero ties with his wife anymore, including all those deals. Now watch as our guy heads to the villa. The roses had already been delivered. Trent stood amidst a massive sea of flowers, looking completely ecstatic. Lillian, I love this. Did you give these to me? I'm a grown man, but this is my first time receiving flowers. Lillian stared at the roses, suddenly feeling a strange sense of familiarity. She asked the maids, who confirmed Harvey had sent them as a sarcastic apology gift for Trent. Lillian frowned, feeling an uncomfortable, strange tightness in her chest. That feeling worsened when she spotted Harvey standing totally alone in the courtyard. He stood there looking completely isolated and frail. Harvey, you're back. Yeah, the other house isn't fully cleaned up yet. I'll stay for 2 days, then leave. He walked right past her into the house. Lillian desperately grabbed his arm. Don't be like this. I'm not kicking you out. This is your home too. Just wait until Trent finds a suitable place. If there's nothing else, I'm going to my room. Lillian tried to chase after him. But Trent sharply pulled her back. Lillian, you promised you'd stay with me that night. Lillian predictably never returned to the master bedroom. Harvey finished his shower and walked to the door only to be shoved right back inside. Lillian hugged him tightly from behind. I'm sorry, I know I've been completely neglecting you these past few days. I promise once Trent leaves, it won't be like this anymore. Okay, completely disappointed, time again he pushed her away without uttering a single word. I think the baby is crying. Shouldn't you go check? Really, let me go look. I'll be right back. Unsurprisingly, Lillian never came back, but stick with me. Late that night, Harvey felt an agonizing pain in his lower abdomen. He flipped on the bedside lamp, desperately trying to get out of bed, but he couldn't muster any strength at all. Lillian, it hurt so much. He used all his remaining energy to weakly call out for her, but nobody answered. He finally managed to grab his phone and called her number. Hello, Harvey, what do you want? But the voice on this. But Trent answered instead. Sorry about that. Lillian was telling stories to me and the baby all night. She got totally exhausted and fell asleep. You need something. Harvey groaned in agony. Tell Lillian I am sick. Send her to our room. Sick? Trent suddenly cracked up laughing. Oh, give me a break. You're a guy who cannot even have kids. What could possibly be wrong? Stick with me here. Let's be real here. Even if I woke Lillian up right now, she wouldn't care about you at all. Trust me. Before Harvey could even reply, he heard a voice echoing through the phone. Lillian, wake up. Brother Harvey says he's really not feeling well. Better go check on him. Lillian snatched the phone immediately. What is wrong? Before Harvey could speak, Trent played the victim. Lillian, it's brother Harvey's fault. The baby finally slept, and his midnight call totally woke him up. Look, Lillian, he is crying so hard. The doctor said he really needs sleep to grow. Oh, be a good boy. SHH. Then Lillian furiously screamed into the receiver. Harvey, are you done yet? I knew you just could not stand seeing us happy, so you call at midnight just to cause trouble and wake Trent's poor baby up. If you are sick, go to the damn hospital. Stop calling us. Click. Dead air. No matter how loud Harvey screamed into the void, nobody answered. The agony spiked. Harvey's face turned a truly ghastly shade of pale, cold sweat pouring down his forehead. He desperately wanted his medicine, but the pills were completely gone. It hurts. He searched frantically everywhere, but he could not find those meds. He distinctly remembered leaving that bottle on the nightstand. His face drained of color completely. He had just visited the hospital today for his fertility checkup. The doctor gave strict orders. He had to take those pills exactly on time. Otherwise, he would permanently lose any chance to reproduce forever. Somebody help. Harvey used every last ounce of strength crawling toward the door. He wheezed for help. Please, what kind of dramatic stunt are you pulling now? Lillian was practically carrying Trent out of their room. Seeing Harvey collapsed on the floor, Lillian actually looked shocked. Harvey, what is wrong? She was about to help him, but Trent started his toxic manipulation immediately. Oh, brother Harvey, you seriously do not need to fake this. Lillian just came to my room to help me with the baby. I already explained everything to you. Why won't you listen? A grown man acting this pathetic. You are being way too petty. Harvey shook his head weakly, trying to explain. No, Lillian, I am actually sick. Where are my pills? Brother Harvey, I know you are totally jealous I can have a baby and moved into your house. That's why you are pulling tricks to stop me from sleeping with my kid, but this is completely unnecessary. You are just making Lillian hate you more. Lillian bought it completely. Harvey, I don't have time to babysit your fake tantrums. Babies need their sleep. Do you understand me? Get back in your room. If you make one more sound, go sleep in the other house tonight. Lillian, you will regret this. Bam, the door slammed shut, sending a truly chilling gust of wind right over him. Harvey stared at her heartless back, unable to hold on anymore. He completely blacked out. You and I know what happens next. He woke up hospitalized entirely alone in a freezing, empty room, but outside, nurses were hurrying past, loudly gossiping. Hey, did you hear? Lillian and Trent got themselves into some serious trouble. Apparently, they got way too experimental with superglue in the. They got rushed here straight from the bedroom. Seriously, I thought Harvey was at the hospital for a checkup today. Shouldn't he be taking it easy? Well, I don't. No, an ambulance brought them in. Word is they went totally crazy tonight. But why? Are they still glued together like that? Nasty. Rich folks sure know how to play. Hearing the gossip outside his door, Harvey slowly closed his eyes. He was hospitalized, and his wife was getting busy with another man, literally to the point of needing an emergency room visit. Just wow, you and I know what comes next. The phone rang as he answered. Lillian's angry roar blasted through the speaker. Harvey, where are you? I do not care where you are. Bring 2 sets of clothes to the hospital immediately. One for me and one for Trent. Why? Harvey asked coldly. What were you two doing in the middle of the night that required a hospital trip? That is none of your business. Just bring the clothes exactly like I told you. If not for you, we would not have lost sleep. Stop asking so many questions. Listen, I am giving you 10 minutes to get to the hospital. Before Harvey could reply, Lillian hung up. He stared at the dark screen. He was completely heartbroken, silent, until the doctor finally walked in. Mr. Harvey, how are you feeling today? If your maid had not brought you here, you honestly would have died. Doctor, what is wrong with me? Why exactly does his stomach hurt so much? Harvey, we really tried our absolute best here, but unfortunately, you will never be able to have kids. Your vas deferens had actually almost fully recovered last month, but due to this severe infection and not taking your meds in time, it is over. What did you say? Harvey's lips trembled. With eyes full of pure despair and agony, he stared at the doctor in disbelief. Tears slowly rolled down his face. You mean it will be incredibly hard for him to have kids? I am so sorry, Mr. Harvey. I highly suggest you call Mrs. Harvey here soon. You will need time to recover, and she should be by your side. But his phone would not stop buzzing. He looked down to read the new text from Lillian. I told you to come. Why are you not here yet? Harvey, hurry up and bring the clothes. Are you ignoring my orders right now? Get to the hospital now. He pressed his dry lips together, staring at the messages, his whole body shaking uncontrollably. Harvey forced down the agonizing pain in his chest and called his best friend. Tyler, come pick me up from the hospital. I really need a favor. By the time Tyler finally arrived to pick him up, Lillian had just been physically separated from Trent. She kept spamming Harvey with angry texts and calls, but he did not reply to a single one. Eventually, he just completely turned off his phone. Now watch closely, because karma is about to strike. Harvey's attending doctor walked past and curiously asked, Miss Lillian, why are you here? Do you need something? Suddenly, the operating room doors slid open and another doctor walked out, interrupting them both. Lillian rushed right forward. How is he? Is Trent okay? Miss Lillian, your husband is completely fine now. You can relax, but next time you two really need to be way more careful. Do not play too rough, and it is best to keep things like super glue far away from the bedroom. I know, doctor. Mr. Trent has been moved to his ward. You can go see him now. As soon as the doctor finished, Lillian turned to leave. Harvey's attending doctor watched her walk away, sighing bitterly to himself. Lillian's husband was in surgery. Wait, is Mr. Harvey not in the emergency room? He barely survived his treatment, and now because of this tragic accident, all his hopes are completely gone. How could this be? Does Miss Lillian have 2 husbands? Lillian. All right, we're jumping right in. Lillian freezes, shooting the doctor a tense glare. What do you mean? She asks. Who is never going to have kids? Harvey's doctor almost spills the bitter truth, but his colleague quickly grabs him. It is nothing, Miss Lillian, the other lies. Go check on your husband. Lillian definitely senses something weird, but she just brushes it off entirely. Her head is completely filled with Trent anyway, zero room left to care about Harvey. Once she is gone, Harvey's doctor looks totally baffled. Why did you stop me? Dr. Wang, rich folks are all like this, his colleague sighs. Do not trust her. She could not care less about her husband. Rumor has it she is seeing another guy. They even had a baby last year. How does Mr. Harvey not see it yet? Pure tragedy for Harvey. Honestly, the poor guy will probably never have kids now. Meanwhile, Lillian tracks down Trent. A nurse is currently applying some serious ointment for him. Turns out, the doctors had to scrub his lower half pretty hard to clean it. Those minor injuries really needed tending to. Spotting her walking in, Trent panics. He yanks the blanket up and shoos the poor nurse away. Super embarrassing. Lillian actually laughs out loud. That is what you get for wanting to play rough. Now we are stuck in a hospital, she teases. Trent just gives a cheeky wink. He checks the window. It is dawn. Harvey still has not brought clothes. How are we supposed to leave without them? Our original outfits are completely ruined. Let me call my useless husband. Lillian angrily dials Harvey's number once again. Straight to voicemail. Whatever, she scoffs, clearly annoyed. He is so totally useless. I will just order a maid to do it. Trent looks serious now. Hey, Lillian. When will you tell Harvey the baby is ours? She hesitates. Let us just wait. She has zero clue how to drop that bomb. Her master plan, hide it forever basically. I know we cannot go public yet, Trent argues, but our son needs to know his real mother eventually. He makes a dangerously valid point. Biting her lip, Lillian sighs. I will figure something. Now stick with me here, because Harvey finally reaches his buddy Tyler's place. Tyler immediately goes straight to the Vance mansion that very night to pack Harvey's stuff. Man, if I knew Lillian was absolute trash, you never should have saved her. Should have let that car hit her. Tyler fumes loudly while unpacking Harvey's bags. He notices Harvey staring dead at his phone and walks over. Harvey is completely frozen. It is a social media post from Mother Vance, a huge baby announcement. Who said we lack an heir, she wrote. Trent is truly our lucky star. Attached is a gorgeous photo from the kids' 1-month celebration party. Absolute madness. Only up for 10 minutes, but the comment section is already exploding with massive support. Congrats on the heir, reads one. Lillian is seriously amazing for doing this. A boy on the first try. That Trent kid really delivered for the Vance family. Good job, glad I handed him a huge red envelope last New Year, someone adds. These comments are packed with Lillian's own relatives and close friends. It is insane. Judging by this mess, every single Vance family member knew about Trent. They knew Lillian gave birth to his kid. Harvey is left completely shattered. For a whole solid year, he was the only idiot kept totally in the dark. He actually believed her 6-month absence was a business trip. Unbelievably shameless, posting this publicly without batting an eye. Did they ever respect him? So what do you and I learn here? They do not care about him at all. She just wants that cheap scum, Tyler raged, aggressively snatching the phone right out of Harvey's hand. Say the word man, I will burn her house down with that garbage inside, but Harvey just spoke softly. Tyler, buy me a ticket to Switzerland. My sister is waiting there. You are leaving. Tyler's voice instantly softened. Already, do you not want to rest for a few days? No, I have to go. Just came to say goodbye. Harvey turned to him, his face completely pale. I have one last favor to ask. Tyler looked ready to throw actual punches. Why was Lillian like this? Harvey, I am so sorry, man. Just give this report to Lillian for me. Tyler opened it up, Harvey's medical records. Tell her for me, Harvey said. I once had the chance to be a father. It is a pity she personally destroyed that chance. Tyler looked at him with heavy sympathy, patting his shoulder. Okay, I promise you I will. Get this done, Harvey. When you reach Switzerland, live a good life. And please do not ever fall for a trashy woman again. And hey, no kids, that is totally fine. I heard guys without kids stay young and handsome forever. Let Lillian deeply regret everything. Tyler worked incredibly fast. He instantly booked Harvey's flight to Switzerland for 3 days later. The day Harvey left for the airport, a cold drizzle was falling. Before stepping into the terminal, he checked his phone. For 3 whole days, Lillian Had not tried to contact him once. Harvey just chuckled. She was probably way too busy playing happy family with her new baby to care about him, but none of it mattered. Anymore, he honestly did not care. Harvey opened WeChat, blocked Lillian, and pulled the SIM card right out of his phone, snapped it completely in half, and tossed it into the trash. Tyler watched him do it, his heart breaking for his friend. Remember to contact me when you land, and do not worry, that thing you asked me to do. I will handle it perfectly. Thanks, Harvey smiled, saying his final emotional goodbyes to Tyler. He looked up at the rain. You and I know this hurts. The day she proposed, it rained heavily, exactly like this. Harvey had asked her repeatedly back then, Lillian, are you sure I might never be able to give you children in this lifetime? Are you absolutely, completely sure you want to marry me? She had nodded solemnly, her eyes so full of conviction. I am sure. I do not care about having kids. I just want you healthy, and if I ever betray you, you can disappear from my life forever. Well, this time Harvey was truly disappearing. Goodbye, Lillian. He wished her twisted little family of three a happy, long life. Now get this. The very moment Harvey boarded that plane, Trent was officially discharged. For the past few days, Lillian had stayed glued to Trent's side, not even bothering returning home, that is, until she saw Mother Vance's new social media post. Her mother had proudly brought the newborn baby to the hospital to visit them. Lillian was instantly furious. Mom, take that post down right now. Harvey is going to see it. So what? If he sees it, I want him to know this child is not just anybody's. He is the Vance family's true flesh and blood. The baby is already here. What can Harvey possibly do about it? Mother Vance sneered coldly. He cannot have kids himself, and he expects you not to have them with someone else. I do not know what he is thinking. He should be grateful and happy for you. But Lillian felt a deep, creeping dread. Mom, do not say that. Harvey literally sacrificed his ability to have children for me. That is exactly why I let him marry me. The position of the Vance family son-in-law will always belong to him. Is that not enough? Mother Vance froze, suddenly realizing something. Wait, where is Harvey? Logically, he should have seen my post by now. Why has Harvey showed up yet? Someone asked. Lillian just stuttered. His phone is completely turned off. Lillian's face instantly darkened. All her previous happiness vanished. Now she was absolutely panicked. What would Harvey actually think after seeing that viral post? Would he ever forgive her? Yes, she desperately wanted a child, but she still deeply cared about Harvey's feelings. He had sacrificed absolutely everything. She owed him an unpayable debt. Later on, Mother Vance kept traveling back and forth between the villa and the hospital. Every single time she visited, Lillian frantically asked, Mom, did you see Harvey? How is he doing? Is he home? Is he furious? What reaction could he possibly have? Her mother scoffed. He has zero choice but to accept reality. He's waiting at home. He won't run away. Her mother repeatedly assured Lillian that Harvey was still waiting. Lillian finally started to relax. Soon, Trent was discharged from the hospital. On the drive back, Lillian made a quick stop at a little roadside shop to buy fresh roasted chestnuts. Trent assumed they were just for him and eagerly reached out. Lillian, how did you know I love sweet roasted chestnuts? But Lillian slapped his hand away. These aren't for you, she whispered. They're for Harvey. They're his absolute favorite. I haven't seen him for days, I bet he's upset. I need these to coax him. Trent's hand froze completely, then slowly pulled back. He clenched his jaw, pure toxic hatred flashing in his eyes. Right, of course, he muttered. Harvey knows about our baby. You definitely need to calm him down. They drove straight back to the villa. Lillian didn't even bother holding her own baby. Clutching those chestnuts, she bolted right into the house. Trent could not even stop her. Harvey, I'm finally home, she called out instantly. But watch this. Harvey was nowhere to be found. Harvey, she ran upstairs in a total panic. His bedroom completely empty. Then she finally looked at the trash can in true panic. Hit. Miss, welcome back. The maid stepped from the nursery. We just hired a nanny. The young master is perfectly taken care of. Lillian went totally feral. Scrambling madly, she dug right through the trash to pull out Harvey's precious seashell, but the entire thing was shattered into dozens of sharp pieces. It could never be fixed. Where is he? Where did he go? Didn't Mom say he was waiting right here? The maid simply shook her head. No, miss. He hasn't been here for 3 days. We assumed he was at the hospital with you. As soon as those brutal words dropped, the warm bag of chestnuts slipped and hit the floor. Lillian's fingertips immediately began to tremble. Violently, she bit her lips so hard before gasping out, I know he must be waiting for me at the house next door. I have to look. She sprinted downstairs, almost bowling over Trent and her mother, who were just casually walking inside. Where are you going, Lillian? Why the heck are you rushing around? You're a mother now, control yourself. But Lillian totally ignored them and dashed straight to the house next door. It was super late and the place was pitch black, zero lights on. She frantically fumbled with her heavy keys and ripped the door open. The once empty house was suddenly packed with boxes. Harvey had moved absolutely everything from the villa. These were all the beautiful memories of her and Harvey over the years, just piled on the cold floor of this isolated house, and besides those forgotten memories, absolutely nothing else. Her lips trembling. Harvey, you and I can see. Lillian completely panicking. She felt as if something was violently torn straight out of her chest. Her breathing practically stopped. Let Grandma take you to bed, my sweet grandson. Right when Lillian walked in, Mother Vance was carrying the baby upstairs. Mom, wait, you told me Harvey was home these past few days. You completely lied. Facing her anger, Mother Vance simply scoffed. So what if I did lie? Who cares where he vanished to? Honestly, it is better he is not around. You, Trent, and the kid can be a happy little family now. Is that not perfect? Mom, Harvey is my husband. If you had not forced me to keep this kid, I would have ended it months ago. Lillian absolutely lost it. I cannot live without him. 5 years we have been together, for 5 whole years. I cannot lose him now. Mother Vance frowned. Are you crazy? You wanted a kid too. I only did this for your own benefit. You literally promised me that once this baby arrived, Harvey would honestly have zero choice but to accept it. You claimed he loved me enough to die for me, so he would accept anything, but it is not working out. Lillian was in pure torture. Suddenly, she remembered the day she proposed to him. She had declared, if I ever betray you, you can leave my life forever. Lillian, have you lost your mind? Right now, your only focus is Trent and the baby. Let Harvey go. Marry whoever else he wants. He has nobody else. Do you really believe he can survive without you? The baby suddenly started screaming. Trent began crying right after. I am so sorry, Lillian. I never expected things to go wrong. If Harvey seriously cannot handle this, I will take the kid and leave. We can vanish forever. I have some pride. I refuse to let my kid become a giant problem for your marriage. He snatched the baby, spun around, and acted like he was leaving. Mother Vance could not even stop him. Lillian, this is your own flesh and blood. Watch this. Who matters more, the baby or Harvey? That guy Harvey is probably just venting his anger outside. He will come crawling back here soon enough. Miss, are you searching for the boss? A maid stepped inside the room, sounding super nervous. The day you visited the hospital, the boss actually passed out. I rushed him to the emergency room. He has been gone for 3 days. You were at that hospital for 3 days. Did you seriously not see him there? What did you say? Lillian snapped completely, grabbing the maid tightly. How is Harvey doing? Why did nobody inform me? Miss, I definitely called you. You ordered me not to bother you, so I stayed completely quiet. After that, the boss never returned home. I figured you two had just met up at the clinic. So what is wrong with him? Was he just feeling slightly sick? No, miss, I think it was an issue with his vasectomy. The exact moment the maid dropped that bomb, Lillian completely shattered. She frantically whipped out her phone and called Harvey, but nobody answered. She sent a WeChat message only to discover he had blocked her entirely. In that second, Lillian's brain went totally blank. What does this mean? Why did Harvey block me? Mother Vance impatiently tried to comfort Trent and the baby. Why else? He is just throwing another dramatic tantrum. Lillian, it is super late. If you want to yell, do it tomorrow. Trent just got discharged today. The baby is still tiny. They need their sleep. Lillian collapsed right onto the sofa. Her mind flashed to the look in Harvey's eyes from that exact day, total despair. You have to wonder he must have felt so. Lillian was absolutely crushed to even think about that beautiful rose garden now. She figured Harvey might be there. After all, it was his absolute favorite spot for years. When he felt hurt, he always waited for her there. Now she just sat in the living room all night long, totally convinced he would return, but well past midnight. Harvey was nowhere to be found. Then Trent walks downstairs. Lillian, it is getting late. Coming to bed. The baby and I really need you right now, do we not? Have a nanny. Lillian instantly yanked her arm away, looking completely annoyed. But you are the mother. Trent leaned his chest against her, acting super clingy. Come back to the bedroom. My injury really hurts. Come help me put some medicine on. He grabs her hand tight, but before he tries anything else, Lillian frowns, her expression totally darkening as she stands up. Stop it. You just recovered. Go rest. If you feel that bad, head back to the hospital tomorrow. There are professionals there to watch over you. What? Trent played the victim perfectly, fake tears welling up fast. You want me and our baby to go back to the hospital alone? Lillian, do you hate us now? Hearing his pathetic fake sobbing, Lillian just felt irritated. She had zero patience left to comfort him, so she walked right toward her study. I have real work tonight. Go to sleep. Do not wait up. Yeah, watching her leave, Trent bit his lip hard. Damn you, Harvey. I refuse to believe Lillian will pine forever over a broken, infertile loser like you. Just watch me. That Vance family son-in-law title is going to be mine eventually. All this wealth belongs to me. Meanwhile, you and I should check on Harvey. 10 solid hours. Flying to Switzerland. Soon as he stepped off, his sister Hazel was already waiting right at the arrival gate. Harvey, seeing his ghostly pale face, Hazel immediately rushed over. Why do you look awful? What happened? I am so drained. I just want to sleep. Seeing his big sister, Harvey finally collapsed. He could not handle the pain anymore. His eyes went totally red. Hazel hugged him tight. It is okay. I am here. You are living in Switzerland now. Nobody is ever going to bully you again. I will never have kids now, even though I was almost cured. Harvey looked up, tears absolutely streaming down his face. Hazel looked like she just got hit by a truck. She stared at him in pure horror. Wait, you cannot have children, but you were almost fully healed. Hazel was absolutely boiling with rage. Was it that terrible? Lillian, you tried so hard. You were nearly cured and she's completely ruined it. Harvey, do not worry. I will make her pay just like that. Hazel grabbed her phone and instantly nuked every single one of the Harvey family business contracts with the Vance family back home. She even called up every single business partner they had, demanding they drop all deals with the Vance family immediately. If anyone helps them now, this Harvey family will destroy them too. Hanging up the phone, Hazel took off her expensive coat, wrapping it over his shaking shoulders. All right, Harvey, let us go home. Switzerland is gorgeous. You can safely focus on healing here. Remember, nothing matters more than your health right now. Thanks, sis. Catching the familiar comforting smell of his sister, you can see Harvey finally relaxing. He followed Hazel straight to the massive Harvey family villa in Switzerland. This place was hidden in a bright little town, totally surrounded by stunning mountains and endless blooming flowers. The air smelled like pure freedom. The massive estate wasn't. All right, we're exploring this massive, perfectly sized mansion today. 5 servants, all hired by Hazel just to pamper Harvey. She tells him to relax and live here. She must fly to a few other countries in a couple of days if he wants to travel and clear his head. He can totally tag along. If he prefers not running around, he can simply settle down. Then Hazel hands him a black Centurion card. Take this pocket money, she says. Go ahead and buy literally whatever you want. Harvey is incredibly touched. His nose stings. his sister has honestly always been taking care of him. He cannot believe he is still making her worry at his age. Hazel playfully pinches his cheek. You dummy, why are you being so polite with me? It is just the two of us now. Before, whenever she asked him to come live with her, he could never bear leaving Lillian. Now that he is here, she is honestly thrilled. Hazel sniffles, her eyes turning slightly red with raw emotion. All right, she has to work, rest up. Once Hazel leaves, Harvey completely crashes out in bed. For a full 24 hours, he was exhausted. Man, he really needed that deep sleep. Waking up, slanted rays of the setting sun are pouring right through the bedroom window. Feeling fully refreshed, a maid says dinner is ready and asks if he wants it brought up. He declines. After sleeping all day, it is definitely time to walk around downstairs, the dining room view absolutely breathtaking, and that gentle May breeze blows through, instantly lifting his spirits. But just as he is about to eat, the front door swings open. A woman with a stunning figure casually strolls right in, bending down to kick off her high heels. Hazel just left the country, so she came over mooching a free meal. She walks into the dining room and slowly looks up. Her silver-rimmed glasses flash under the bright lights. Seeing Harvey, her perfectly shaped eyebrows shoot straight up. Oh, Harvey, he is equally shocked. It is Chloe, Hazel's absolute best friend. They know each other, but they have not met up in forever. He never expected her to grow up looking this incredibly beautiful, let alone bumping into her in Switzerland. The stunning woman curls her lips into a smirk. Long time no see. Mind if I crash your dinner? Harvey smiles, shaking his head. Not at all. Meanwhile, at the crack of dawn, Lillian frantically rushes to the estate's rose garden, but when she gets there, thousands of acres of roses have been reduced to literal ash. A gardener happens to be right there cleaning up. Seeing Lillian, he quickly walks over. Miss Lillian, you are here early. What happened? Where are the roses? Where did they go? She furiously grabs the poor gardener right by his collar. I am gone for a few months and you burn it down. Is this how you take care of flowers? You torch the entire garden. Do you even realize these are Harvey's absolute favorites? He poured his own blood, sweat, and tears into this beautiful place. The gardener begs her to calm down. Mr. Harvey actually ordered them to pick the flowers. He even started the fire himself. It is completely not their fault. Hearing this, Lillian's eyes instantly well up. She stands completely frozen for a long time, her voice trembling as she finally speaks up. Harvey personally burned these flowers. Yes, he said you would not be returning here anymore, so there was zero point in keeping them around. Lillian suddenly recalls that massive sea of roses, and no wonder the variety looked familiar. You and I know the truth. Those were the exact roses Harvey lovingly planted for her with his own 2 hands and picked himself every single one. She gave them to Trent, then burned this entire place to the ground. She let go of the gardener's collar, her legs totally failing as she stumbled backward. The gardener rushed over, asking, Miss Lillian, are you okay? I need to ask, what happens to this burned field now? Should we plant something else? Keep going, she ordered. Keep planting roses, fill the whole field. I will plant them myself. Lillian bit her lip, eyes totally red. I will absolutely make Harvey forgive me. Right as she said that, desperately searching for a way to win him back, her phone buzzed. A familiar voice echoed through the speaker. It was Tyler. Lillian instantly recognized Harvey's best friend's name. Hearing it, she felt a massive surge of hope. Tyler, is Harvey with you? Did he actually ask you to call? Tell him not to do anything stupid. I'll come pick him up and take him home right now. Home? Which home? The one with you and that guy who got you pregnant? Tyler mocked her without mercy. I don't have time for your lies. Get to the civil registry office right now. Lillian felt an intense, sudden wave of impending doom. What was Harvey planning? Deep down, she already knew in her heart. She hung up and sprinted over. Stick with me here. Her mind was a chaotic mess. Why the registry office? She just wanted to find Harvey. If she could just see him, she could beg for forgiveness. She finally arrived, but only Tyler was Waiting at the entrance, he didn't waste a single word, just holding his hand out. "Where is Harvey?" Lillian demanded, totally panicked. "Where is he? Why won't he?" "Come out and see me." Tyler stared at her with absolute disgust. "Why doesn't Harvey want to see you? Are you genuinely that clueless? The minute you jumped into bed with another man, you should have seen this coming. Cut the act, stop talking, and hand over your ID. I want to see Harvey." Lillian's cold, gorgeous face was completely frozen in shock. Her emotions were rapidly spiraling out of control. Tyler took a long, deep breath. "Fine, give me your ID and you can see him. Right now, really." Lillian handed over her card without a second thought. "Follow me." Tyler led her straight to the marriage certificate replacement counter. "Excuse me, we need to print a replacement marriage certificate. Are both parties present?" "Yes, here is the document." The clerk handed a fresh marriage certificate. Right over, printed clearly on that paper. Lillian and Trent. "Yep, we're finally seeing it." Tyler sneered. "Harvey has known for a long time. Trent isn't your grieving cousin. He's the guy from your massive trending scandal last year. You never aborted the baby, and get this, your entire family and your friends conspired to lie to him. Even your marriage was a complete scam. Lillian, you are absolute garbage." Lillian's eyes went completely bloodshot. Her voice trembled. He knew. How could he possibly know? Your 4th anniversary dinner, which, shockingly, happened to be the exact same day as your baby's 1-month celebration party. He saw everything. Lillian, you are truly ruthless. Booking both events at the same hotel, in the exact same VIP section. Tyler sighed heavily. "Whatever, talking to you is a waste of breath. There's one more thing Harvey told me. I had to hand this to you personally." He pulled out Harvey's medical record and forcefully shoved it at Lillian. "I wish you and that scumbag a lifetime of absolute misery." After tossing the medical file right at her, Tyler left without looking back once. Tears were already welling up in his eyes. He knew that if he stayed even a second longer, he wouldn't be able to hold himself back from attacking that woman. Once Tyler finally leaves, Lillian trembles, opening the medical file. Right there on page 1, Harvey's name. She flips through, seeing all of Harvey's grueling treatments over the years, leading right up to his surgery last month. Then she reaches that final report, reading those exact words: permanent loss of reproductive ability. Lillian just absolutely breaks. She completely collapses to her knees right on the registry office floor. It feels like a vice just crushed her heart. This piercing agony spreads fast, ripping through her entire body. A huge lump forms in her throat, making breathing impossible. She grips that report so tight, letting out a choked, heartbreaking sob. The pain is so raw her whole body violently shakes. People slowly gather around. "Miss, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance?" "Wait, hey. Isn't that Boss Lillian Vance? What is she doing at the registry office?" "Wait. Divorcing Harvey? No way. 5 years ago that marriage proposal was everywhere. She swore to love Harvey forever. How could they divorce?" People in the crowd start whispering. "Now watch this." Tyler had already walked away, but suddenly turns back. "Oh right, Harvey had one final message for you. You personally destroyed his chance to ever be a father. You and that bastard belong in hell. You made this awful mess yourself, and right now, sitting here playing the victim, it makes me completely sick." Tyler walks off for good. The crowd stares at Lillian in pure shock. Did she actually cheat? "You and I knew that scandal was real. She cheated on him, ruined his life, and destroyed his chance at having kids. Harvey obviously could not take it and divorced her. Serves her right. Rich folks are total trash." They scoff at her in absolute disgust before walking off, leaving Lillian completely alone, sobbing in absolute despair on the freezing floor for a really long time. Honestly, she loses track of time before she finally thinks to chase Tyler down and ask where Harvey went. Suddenly, her phone rings. She frantically answers. "Hello, Director Lillian. You sound awful. Are you okay?" She tries choking down her tears. "I am fine. What happened? Did something happen at the office? You need to come handle this immediately. Are You busy? Seriously, can you guys not handle it? I have barely been gone. 2 days, stop bothering me. No, Director Lillian, listen. Multiple corporate partners just called. They are terminating every single contract with the Vance Group. And major suppliers are threatening to completely cut off our supply chains. Our employees across different departments are actually staging mass resignations. The entire company is in total chaos right now. If you stay away, we are doomed. Lillian helplessly slumps against the wall. I am on my way. She presses the medical file against her chest, taking a long minute to finally breathe. Then she drives to her company. The second she steps through those doors, a giant mob of executives swarm her immediately. Boss Lillian, you are back. Director Wang just called, pulling out of the deal. Director Li Tu and Director Song. Lillian snaps. Meeting room now. Lillian calls an emergency meeting. The second she sits down, an absolute mountain of disastrous problems gets thrown right at her. Hours later, someone finally pinpoints the core issue. Boss Lillian, rumors say you and Mr. Harvey are having serious marital issues. Is it true? Hearing Harvey's name, Lillian's dim. Listen closely, her eyes flickered. What are you implying? Notice how all these suppliers and partners, they all share a hidden connection to the Harvey family, even though the Harveys lost their domestic grip years ago. Make no mistake, their network is perfectly intact. Plus, Hazel Harvey has been aggressively expanding overseas. She is already a massive, globally recognized business tycoon. If your marriage to Mr. Harvey truly hit the rocks, then I fear the total collapse of our company today is no coincidence at all. Lillian finally woke up to reality. Staring blankly at the panicked executives right in front of her, she asked, word by word, what is the total damage? At least 1 billion. Now, 1 billion was not a small number for the Vance family. While it would not instantly bankrupt them entirely, it would completely cripple them for years. It would take massive amounts of time and money to fill a hole that gigantic. CEO Lillian, what do we do? Say something. Please, can you just talk to Mr. Harvey? Beg him to show mercy this once. Lillian suddenly let out a bitter, dry laugh. Back when she originally proposed to him, it was not just because he took a hit for her. Her mother specifically pointed out the Harvey family had serious, powerful backing. Marrying him was basically equivalent to securing a massive safety net. That was exactly why, even though he was completely infertile, her mother still allowed him to marry into the Vance family. But honestly, who could have predicted that Hazel Harvey would be this utterly terrifying in just a few ridiculously short years? She had become an absolute mega tycoon with countless assets. Now, literally everyone wanted to desperately ride the Harvey family coattails. Who cared if the Vance family lived or died? Besides, she did not even know where her husband was right now. How could she possibly beg him for mercy? Exhausted, Lillian leaned back in her heavy chair, massaging her temples. I am so tired. Everyone get out. I need to be completely alone. Lillian stayed locked inside the meeting room all day, completely unable to process the absolute shock of his sudden departure. Staring at the blood-stained medical record right in front of her, it felt like tens of thousands of ants were ruthlessly devouring her heart. The pain was totally unbearable. As for the life or death of her company, she could not care less right now. The only thing she wanted to know was where he went. She just wanted him to come back. But get this, before one disaster settled, another wave crashed down. Mother Vance called her, panicking. The baby suddenly fell violently ill and was rushed straight to the hospital. Honestly, Lillian did not even want to deal with it, but Mother Vance wailed so loudly over the phone that it completely exhausted her soul. She had no choice but to rush to the hospital. When she arrived, the doctor was already examining the baby. It is nothing serious. The jaundice levels are just a bit high. It is likely due to blood type incompatibility. A few quick sessions under the phototherapy lamp and he will be fine. But that single, simple sentence from the doctor triggered a massive, undeniable wave of suspicion in Lillian. Doctor, are you absolutely sure? I am type OB. Trent is type B. How could our baby have an incompatibility? Is there some mistake? Hearing this, Trent instantly panicked. Lillian, you remembered that wrong, right? I am actually type O Mother Vance scolded. Lillian, do not delay my grandsons. Treatment over pure nonsense. It is normal for blood types to get mixed up, Mother. Vance hurriedly carried the baby away, with Trent following closely behind her, keeping his head down. When Trent nervously looked back, he saw Lillian standing there completely still. Rooted to the exact spot, he realized the gig was up. Stick with me, while Mother Vance took the baby. While the baby gets phototherapy, Trent sneaks into a corner to call Miss Chloe. Lillian is starting to realize this baby is not hers. What should I do? You did exactly what I asked. Your money has already been wired to your account. The real mother of that child is waiting at the safe house. You can go now. Yes, thank you so much, Miss Chloe. Trent hangs up, pushing the door open with a huge grin. But get this, he never expected Lillian standing right outside. The second he sees her, that phone nearly drops right out of his hands. Lillian, what are you doing here? You completely terrified me. But Lillian's face is absolutely terrifying. She steps closer, her expression dark, her voice sounding like a literal demon. Tell me right now, is that baby actually mine? Trent panics, stumbling backward. Of course he is your baby. You gave birth to him. Lillian, who else would he belong to? You are still trying to lie to me. Lillian violently slams Trent's old medical reports right into his face. All of your blood tests clearly state that you are type B. Trent freezes at the papers, but still tries to argue. Maybe the hospital just messed up. Blood types get mixed up constantly. Lillian, please stop overthinking everything. Sure, one time could be a mistake, but are you seriously telling me every single test was wrong? Tell me the truth right now. Did I give birth to that baby? Lillian furiously lunges forward, grabbing Trent right by the throat. He can barely breathe. Lillian, please calm down. I cannot breathe. I am suffocating. What is going on? Mother Vance walks over, absolutely horrified by this scene. Daughter, are you insane? What are you doing to Trent? His blood is type B. Lillian lets go, staring at her mother. Why does blood type even matter? Mother Vance is completely confused. Lillian weakly explains, we could never produce an O-negative baby, which means there is only one brutal truth. This child is not mine. Like a massive lightning strike, Mother Vance freezes, staring at both of them in absolute disbelief. Do not scare me, daughter. This is my precious grandson. I already made the doctor run a DNA test. Yes, and those results will be out very soon, Lillian replies. Mother Vance nearly faints. She glares right at Trent, viciously demanding, tell me now, is this child my daughter's or not? Trent knows he cannot hide it anymore. Besides, they are inside a hospital. They cannot exactly murder him here. No, the baby is not Lillian's. It is my baby with another woman. What did you just say? This baby is not from the Vance family. Mother Vance screams, raising her hand to viciously slap Trent hard across his face. Then where is Lillian's real baby? Where is the child she gave birth to? Trent's cheek burns in pure agony. He clutches his swollen face, looking up at Lillian. Lillian, your baby died the exact day he was born. It was a stillbirth. I just did not want you to be totally heartbroken, so I took my child with another woman and raised him as yours. I never expected you all to figure it out so incredibly fast. If you cannot accept this, I will take the baby and leave immediately. We will vanish from your sight forever. Heavy tears stream down Lillian's face. You are saying my baby has been dead this entire time. Trent, how could you lie to me? She slaps Trent's face again and again. You told me Harvey completely abandoned me, causing me to lose my child, and now you just want to leave. Lillian, Harvey left. Mother Vance is horrified. She panics. Say something right now. Harvey loved you so much. How could he possibly leave you? The Vance family desperately needs the Harvey dumped you, huh? Trent sneered, mocking her family's absolutely useless connections. Lillian, you brought this on yourself. If you just aborted that baby, you wouldn't be swallowing this bitter pill right now. Now get out of my way. Trent turned to bail. Mother Vance tried stopping him but failed completely. Lillian, this is your biological son. Who's more important? The baby or Harvey? That boy is just throwing a tantrum. He'll come back. Soon enough, wait, you can see Trent making an absolute run for it, but Lillian totally snaps. You ruined the Vance family, and now you think you can just run. As Lillian spoke those exact words, a sudden, sharp pain hit Trent's shoulder. He blacked out instantly. Daughter, what are you doing? Seeing Trent collapse, Mother Vance was absolutely terrified. Don't do anything illegal. He wanted to be my husband, right? Fine, wish granted. Lillian's face grew dangerously dark. A pure, murderous glint flashed in her cold eyes. From today onward, lock him up in the villa. Without my explicit orders, he's not allowed to take a single step outside the Vance estate, and as for that bastard, since he wanted his kid with another woman to be our Vance family's young master, I'll grant that wish too. Lock the baby in our family's ancestral shrine. I want him and that child to never, ever see each other again. Mother Vance saw that raw, murderous intent in Lillian's eyes and felt incredibly anxious. Lillian, why do this? Harvey isn't the only man in the entire world. Just find someone else. Even with another man's child, you can still have kids. I don't want anyone but Harvey, she snapped. I'm skipping the company. For the next few days, you handle the mess. What happened to the company? Before Lillian could even finish, Mother Vance started outright wailing. What sin did the Vance family commit to deserve this? My precious grandson is gone. The company is ruined. Lillian, you have to beg Harvey to come back. I know, I definitely will. Lillian coldly watched Trent's unconscious body get dragged away, then stormed out of the hospital. She called absolutely everyone she knew, but no matter who she asked, they all claimed they didn't know where Harvey was. Tyler had already blocked her number completely. Out of options, she suddenly remembered Hazel. Hazel was Harvey's only real family left. She definitely knew his location. Now, his days in Switzerland were wonderfully peaceful. After his body finally recovered, his daily routine mostly consisted of planting flowers in the garden, watering them, and taking quiet, relaxing strolls through the city streets. Hazel was swamped with work, constantly flying out for various business trips and rarely coming home. K.H. Lowe, on the other hand, became a completely regular guest. She came over for dinner almost every single day just to chat with him. Harvey planning to settle down here in Switzerland. At the dinner table, K.H. Lowe looked up at him. Harvey gazed into the beautiful woman's face and replied super softly, I do like it here quite a bit. Any plans on what to do next? She smiled warmly at him. Harvey remembered you studied interior design in college, right? Want to find a job in that specific field? You remember? Harvey was genuinely surprised. He really didn't expect K.H. Lowe to remember his college major at all. The year he took his entrance exams, K.H. Lowe was already a senior about to graduate. She only occasionally popped by the Harvey estate. Back then, he always thought she was just incredibly arrogant. She rarely smiled and acted completely cold as ice. His sister even warned him to stay away from people. Always said she had a terrible temper, but looking at her right now, totally different vibe. She tells Harvey she remembers absolutely everything about him. Hearing his name in that sweet tone, Harvey's heart totally skips a beat. That was the first time anyone had spoken to him like that. He nervously mentions his lack of design experience, doubting his own skills. He drops his head down, just trying to focus on his food. Then Chloe drops some ribs in his bowl. She drops a bomb on us. She bought the empty house next door. Wild. He can use her place as his ultimate design canvas. Harvey is absolutely stunned. Wait a second, his sister Hazel had literally just told him Chloe was only visiting for a vacation, yet she had already been crashing here for weeks, showing zero signs of packing up, and now she just bought the neighboring house. She playfully asks if he is unhappy about having her as a neighbor. Chloe stares at him, her eyes packed with this incredibly deep, undeniable tenderness. His heart immediately starts hammering in his chest. Harvey shakes his head fast, totally fine. He welcomes her, acting cool. Chloe does not push the issue any further. She just flashes a gorgeous smile and goes back to eating, post-dinner. Chloe hands over her precious floor plans. She tells him to take his time. He can design whatever he wants. She will love it. Every single word she speaks comes with this completely captivating smile. Harvey reaches out, quickly grabbing the blueprints while desperately trying to calm his racing pulse. He agrees, as Chloe heads out, a soft drizzle starts falling. Harvey quickly offers her an umbrella. He hands over a floral umbrella. She takes it, pushing the front door wide open, but does not leave right away. She just stands under the glowing street lamp, quietly enjoying the rainy night. Suddenly, her phone rings. It is his sister, Hazel. She demands to know if Chloe seriously bought property in Switzerland. Hazel immediately starts panicking, warning her not to make a move on her little brother, Harvey. Just survived a totally brutal divorce, remember, it is way too soon for him to jump into a new romance. Hazel begs her to back off. Chloe smirks. Scare him off, please. She tells Hazel to calm down, knowing full well that Hazel acts more like a ruthless mafia boss than a sister. Harvey is a gentle lamb, way too soft for her chaos. Chloe hangs up, looking inside at Harvey through the window. He is holding a pen, completely hyper-focused on those blueprints, frowning deep in concentration. Watching him, this exact moment reminds Chloe of something from years ago, the very first time they met, 18-year old Harvey, sitting exactly like that on a stone bench, working on college applications. She had walked right past him with Hazel. Hazel had casually introduced them. Just her outstanding little brother Harvey. He had looked up with a casual glance and said hello, but you and I know the truth. That single glance felt like a literal lifetime. Sadly, by the time she returned from overseas, Harvey was already married. If he had never uncovered his ex-wife Lillian cheating on him, Chloe might have stayed away forever. Pulling her gaze away, she makes another call. Checking on the enemy. What is happening with Lillian and that other guy? Lillian has actually fled the country, probably heading straight to Switzerland to find Harvey. Trent is locked up, right? Chloe raises her eyebrow, a dangerous spark of absolute amusement flashing in her eyes. Lillian had dug around everywhere and finally discovered. Tracking his whereabouts, she immediately booked the earliest flight straight out to Switzerland. Meanwhile, back at the house, Trent was completely losing it, smashing everything inside. Let me out, Lillian. Open this door right now. This is literal kidnapping. This is completely illegal. Where is my kid? I need to see him. Ever since he arrived at the Vance estate, Trent had been throwing tantrums, pounding the doors and breaking stuff all night, so nobody got any sleep. Lillian did not care. She had zero plans to release him. Remember this. This entire mess today, it is all your fault. Nobody forced your hand. Nobody forced you. You loved staying with the Vance family so much, wanting to be with me. Fine, then stay here forever. Do not even dream of leaving. Right before walking away, Lillian stood at the door with one final warning. You better pray I actually bring Harvey back home, because if I fail, do not even think about stepping outside this room. Lillian, you cannot do this. Just open the door, please. I will confess everything. Do you not want to know how that video leaked? Do you not want to know who paid me to stay by your side? Trent screamed like an absolute madman. Please let me go. I will explain everything. Just let me out. Hearing this, Lillian froze in her tracks. Are you saying somebody else orchestrated this entire setup? Yes, it was Chloe. She forced me. Chloe? Lillian definitely recognized that name. The eldest daughter of the wealthy Chloe family and Hazel's absolute best friend. But why her? Do you seriously expect me to buy this? I do not even know her. Why would she try destroying my life? Because she is obsessed with Harvey. Trent sobbed out his confession. That night when you pulled me into that hotel room, she saw us. She hired somebody to record everything and pushed that video straight to the top trending searches. Later, when she learned you were pregnant, she tracked me down. She ordered me to slash your car tires. She honestly never expected you to keep the baby. I basically had no choice left but to scheme my way into staying near you. She promised that if Harvey ever learned the truth and dumped you, I would get 100 million. Lillian just laughed. She just laughed. She honestly could not believe somebody would spend an entire year plotting just to expose the truth and force this messy divorce. Chloe, all right, I am remembering that. Lillian, I confessed everything. For this sake of our old relationship, let me out. I miss my kid. Trent sat down on the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. Suddenly, the heavy door swung wide open. Trent looked up, completely stunned. Are you actually letting me go? Lillian just stared back coldly. She reached down and violently yanked the ring off his finger. This ring belongs to Harvey, and with that, she brutally slammed the door shut again. If you want out, you will wait until I return. People must take real accountability for their actions, and I am no exception. Lillian finally boarded her flight to Switzerland. The second she touched down, she booked a local private car service. I need to go to this Swiss address. But soon after hopping into the car, she noticed the driver was taking her further and further away. Completely ignoring the GPS route, her destination was south, but get this, the car was heading north. Lillian frowned, speaking up in perfect English. Excuse me, are you going the wrong way? I need this location. Actually, Miss Chloe wishes to see you now. As the driver finished his sentence, he parked right outside a massive the mansion. Before Lillian could even blink, she was aggressively dragged out of the car by two massive guards. Wait, Miss K.H.Lo, which K.H.Lo are they talking about? Lillian was shoved straight through the doors. In that dim lighting, she immediately spotted the person chilling on the sofa. So you actually showed up, the woman slowly lifted her gaze, revealing a face as dangerously stunning as a literal demon. Her sharp features stayed half hidden in the shadows. One arm rested completely relaxed on the back of the sofa, pale fingers casually holding a slim, elegant cigarette, and her pitch-black eyes filled with an intense, indescribable vibe, taking all this in. Lillian frowned. She honestly had to admit, the sheer aura radiating off this woman was on a completely different level than hers. Under this wildly heavy atmosphere, Lillian's voice actually started to tremble against her will. She was totally terrified, but she still tried to hold her ground. Her voice shook hard. K.H.Lo just took a slow drag from her cigarette, red lips casually blowing out a thick cloud of smoke. Why are you in Switzerland? I demand to see Harvey. Where are you keeping him? How dare you disrespect Miss K.H.Lo? Like that, do you have a death wish? The second Lillian stopped yelling, a guard swept her legs right out from under her with his baton, brutally forcing her to kneel right in front of K.H.Lo. You dare touch me? Do you realize who I am? Lillian screamed out, trying to stand, but the guard shoved her firmly right back down to the floor. Who you are? Obviously I know. Lillian Vance, the oldest daughter of the Vance family, Harvey's ex-wife. Those totally casual words made Lillian's expression turn incredibly ugly. Harvey, who gave you permission to use his first name? I'm not his ex. We haven't even finalized our divorce yet. That's right, you two have not formally divorced. How could you be? Lillian was absolutely stunned. How do you know all of this? What exactly is your connection with Harvey? In the future, there might be many different relationships, but you have zero right to. No. K.H.Lo brutally crushed the cigarette into the ashtray beside her. Leave Switzerland immediately and never, ever show your face in front of Harvey again. Faced with her absolute dominating boss attitude, Lillian just sneered. Who exactly are you to tell me to leave Switzerland? K.H.Lo, you have no right to do any of this. I demand to see Harvey. I need to tell him that you orchestrated everything. This whole setup was totally fake, right? Now watch this. K.H.Lo just raised an eyebrow, her eyes narrowing just slightly. Her voice sounded elegant, but carried an undeniably heavy, threatening vibe. You mean the fact that you and Trent rolled around in bed was somehow fake? Did someone hold a gun to your head to force you? Why? The baby is still alive. Yet you lied right to Harvey, claiming it died, and secretly kept seeing Trent for 5 entire years, secretly giving birth to that bastard kid. A deep, highly knowing glint flashed right in K.H.Lo's eyes. Did someone somehow force you to do all that, too? Yes, it was my mom. She forced me. I never wanted this to happen. I don't care at all if Harvey can give me kids or not. I just wanted him by my side. Even now, she was still making the most pathetic excuses. K.H. Lowe shook her head, eyes filled with pure, absolute disgust. Harvey has awful taste to waste 5 whole years of his life on someone like you, but with me around, I will not give you a single chance to hurt him again. Leave Switzerland immediately, because if you refuse, I will make the Vance family completely vanish from Zhang City overnight. Who exactly do you think? Who are you? But suddenly her mother called. Lillian, who exactly did you offend? Was it Harvey? Beg him to spare us. The police just stormed into the house. They said your father embezzled company funds. They want to drag him away for an investigation. The heart-wrenching sound of her mother's wailing echoed through the phone. Lillian's face instantly went totally pale. Chloe sneered, I will say this once. Leave Switzerland. Do not ever appear before Harvey again. Lillian glared at her, completely losing her mind in panic. She screamed right back, whatever your problem is, I will fix it. Just take your anger out on me. Chloe, do not touch my family. Same deal, Chloe replied coldly. Leave Switzerland immediately. The arrogant woman's voice was completely lazy. You and I know she is ruthless. Time to go grab a free meal. You have exactly 3 seconds to decide. 2, 1, suddenly her parents screamed through the phone again. Please do not take him. His health is terrible. He will never survive a prison cell. Lillian, please do something. Mom, what is happening? Dad, are you okay? Please do not scare me. If he dies, I am done for too. Lillian looked up in absolute despair. Fine, I agree. I will leave Switzerland forever. I will never show my face to Harvey again. Just let my father go, good girl. Chloe stood up, glaring down at the woman kneeling on the floor. Guards, take her away immediately. Panicking, Lillian frantically dug an heirloom ring out of her pocket. Wait, please give this directly to Harvey. Chloe stared down at the shiny ring, the corners of her lips slowly curling up. And why should I be the one to give him this? Think of it as my compensation. This is the Vance family heirloom. Harvey sacrificed so much for me, yet I always hurt him. This ring is worth millions. Whether Harvey sells it or throws it away, that is fine. It is just my token of apology. Hearing this, Chloe just burst out laughing. Keep it. Harvey will have someone much better now. With that, Chloe turned and left without a single glance back. Watching her walk away, Lillian clenched her fists, her face completely twisting in deep regret. Move out, Miss Lillian. No more delays, please. Can I just look at Harvey from afar? Just one last time from a distance? I swear he will not see me. Lillian begged the ruthless guards. But the man shoved her hard. Miss Chloe gave the orders. Nobody dares disobey. You still want to see Mr. Harvey. He is marrying into Chloe's family very soon. Drop that pathetic delusion right now. We are taking you straight to the airport. Immediately, let me use the restroom, then I will go. Fine. Lillian ran into the restroom, grabbed a pen, folded a tiny note, and quickly jammed it right into a hidden crevice inside the ring. Literally no one knew about this tiny secret compartment inside the Vance family heirloom. Even if Harvey never forgave her, she refused to let him end up with that manipulative liar. And just like that, Lillian was escorted away. Now here is the tragic part. Harvey had absolutely no idea she was even in Switzerland. At the airport, Lillian bumped into Hazel. The second Hazel saw her, she exploded in absolute fury, marching over and slapping Lillian hard across the face. You still dare to show your face in Switzerland? Have you not hurt Harvey enough already? What are you doing here? But before Lillian could even speak, Hazel delivered another vicious slap. Do not call me sister. I have no relationship with you, absolute trash. Lillian's mouth bled from the brutal slaps, but honestly, she didn't even fight back. She knew she was completely in the wrong. I know I failed Harvey, but I desperately need to see him. Sis, I am begging you, just let me see him. Lillian desperately grabbed Hazel's arm before Hazel could curse her. Again, 2 bodyguards suddenly stepped up and violently yanked Lillian away. Hazel took one Quick look and immediately recognized them. K.H. Lowe's men. Miss Hazel, please do not worry, we're dragging her away right now. She won't get a single chance to hurt Mr. Harvey again. Move it. Lillian was shoved hard through the security gate. Hazel coldly watched her leave, her eyebrows knitting together. Looks like that little brat Chloe really has fallen hard for her brother. Watch this. When Hazel stepped out of the airport, her driver was already waiting. She couldn't wait to ask him, what has my brother been up to lately? The driver smiled. The young master is currently designing a house for Miss K.H. Lowe. She has literally been by his side nonstop. He seems to be in a fantastic mood. K.H. Lowe constantly takes him out for meals, operas, and art shows. Honestly, the young master smiles. So much more now, really. Hazel raised an eyebrow. Honestly, Chloe was a totally great catch. She was only 5 years older than Harvey. Plus, she was incredibly mature. Stable, sure, she was a bit ruthless with a razor-sharp tongue, but she didn't really have any real flaws. Her family was also insanely powerful. If Harvey actually married her, he would definitely be happy. Meanwhile, as Hazel arrived home, Harvey was busy showing Chloe his design blueprints. The two of them were leaning close together by the window. Harvey pointed at his sketch. I'm planning to design a small flower garden right around here. I will plant a few varieties of roses. Just mentioning roses brought a flicker of loneliness to his eyes. Chloe sharply caught that look. She stared at his nearly flawless side profile and gently spoke up. How about planting some bright sunflowers instead? They perfectly symbolize facing life with a positive attitude. Really, sunflowers? Harvey turned his head to look at her. They were so close they could hear each other breathe. Chloe looked up and met his narrow, cool eyes. They looked like a deep fading sunset, so deep they could completely pull someone in. She instantly blushed bright red, her heart racing. Honestly, you and I know Harvey is just too incredibly handsome. Who wouldn't blush looking at a guy like him? She was obviously no exception. Her intense, burning gaze made him a little uncomfortable. Chloe, have you stared long enough yet? That's quite enough. Chloe smiled awkwardly. I will get some water. She hastily stood up from her chair, turning to grab a drink, but accidentally tripped right over the table leg. Her whole body nearly went crashing to the floor. She let out a soft yelp, but that painful impact she fully expected never came. A strong arm wrapped firmly right around her waist. She slowly opened her eyes and saw the teasing smile playing on his lips. His radiant smirk made her blush even harder. Chloe, you are so clumsy. Thank you. K.H. Lowe quickly stood up straight, hurriedly pushing him away in total embarrassment. Just as she turned to leave, the front door burst open. Hazel happily walked in carrying a bag of sugar-roasted chestnuts. Brother, seeing him, Hazel beamed. I am back. You're back, you silly boy. Did you miss your big sister? Hazel handed Harvey the warm bag of chestnuts. Here for you. Thanks, sis. You actually remembered. I love chestnuts. I remember everything about you. Hazel reached into her pocket for a gift, but her fingers suddenly brushed against a ring. The second she pulled it out, she gasped in pure, absolute shock. What was this? How did it get there? Both Chloe and our MC were watching. Seeing that ring, their faces instantly dropped. The bag of roasted chestnuts slipped from Harvey's hands, spilling everywhere. Chloe didn't hesitate. She marched straight over, snatched the ring right out of Hazel's hand, tossing it straight into the trash. Hazel, next time before you walk through my door, thoroughly check your stuff, otherwise just stay out. Seeing Chloe's dark, furious expression, Hazel felt absolutely awful. Hey, you brat, this is my place, not yours. I haven't even started yelling yet. Why are you here? Get out now. Hearing that, Harvey's mind immediately went to Lillian. She visited Switzerland, didn't she? Just thinking about Lillian made Harvey's face darken completely. Hazel finally realized what was happening. That ring was Lillian's. Had that woman used the brief moment they were close to sneak it into Hazel's pocket while she wasn't paying attention? I am so sorry, Harvey. I had no idea when she dropped this ring in my pocket. If you hate it, I'll toss it right now. He picked up the ring to hand back, but his finger accidentally pressed a hidden compartment right on the back. Inside, a tiny, folded piece of paper. The message read, "I know Chloe's secret. Harvey, I don't want you to be fooled. Call me when you see this." Harvey's brows pulled tightly together. Chloe's secret? What secret? Why write this? Stick with me here. He crushed the piece of paper in his fist, forcing himself to calm down. I need to be alone, watching him head upstairs. Chloe's expression grew visibly heavy. Just the mere thought of Lillian still sent Harvey's emotions into a wild spin. He clearly needed a lot more time. Downstairs, Hazel was beyond frustrated. If it weren't for Lillian, this ring would never have ruined the mood. That awful woman, back up in his room. Harvey stared at his phone for ages. Finally, he called Lillian. "Hello." A soft, trembling voice echoed through the speaker. Harvey stayed completely silent. "Harvey, is that you?" "It is, right. What did you want to tell me?" His voice was absolute ice. Hearing his cold tone, Lillian felt genuinely hurt. "Harvey, I want to see you. Can we?" "If you have nothing else to say, I'm hanging up." "No, listen to me," Lillian rushed to explain. "Chloe is a total manipulator. She orchestrated everything. That video of Trent and me, secretly filmed by her. She's the one who paid people to push it onto the trending searches. After I got pregnant, I actually wanted to abort the baby. She sent Trent to find me. And that's exactly why I kept it. She likes you. She'll use any dirty trick to get you. She's always wanted to destroy our relationship completely. You can never let her deceive you." Harvey gripped his phone, hands trembling slightly. His mind went totally blank. "Get this, that video wasn't leaked by some business rival. It was Trent and Chloe's people. She liked him. Since when did she like him? Why hadn't he ever noticed?" "Harvey, in this world, I'm the only one who truly loves you. Chloe doesn't deserve you." "Are you done talking?" Harvey sneered back coldly. "You truly love me. You cheating on me is a hard fact. You keeping Trent's kid is also a fact. So what if Chloe orchestrated everything? It was still you who couldn't resist the absolute temptation to jump into bed with another man. Lillian, do all right, watch this." Harvey asked if she only let Trent touch her once. Lillian was left speechless. She could not even answer him. Why? Because it definitely was not just once. Harvey told her Khlo's love was worth 1,000 times more than hers. He warned her to never look for him again. He never ever wanted to hear her voice again. Lillian panicked, begging him. She had nothing left but him. She cried that he could not treat her this way. That child was not even hers. She truly could not live without him. Lillian's baby was dead. Harvey understood this. He could hear that Lillian was in absolute agony, but he felt absolutely nothing. Her affairs had nothing to do with him anymore, and he did not want to know about them. During this call, you and I know he had no idea Khlo was standing right outside his door. She had been so worried about him and came upstairs to check. She definitely did not expect to overhear his harsh words. A stunning smile curled on her red lips. She just could not help but raise an eyebrow, exactly as expected from the man she wanted. He was incredibly clear-headed. She smiled with deep satisfaction and walked back downstairs. After hanging up the phone, Harvey went downstairs too. He had wanted to confront Khlo, but seeing her happily chatting with Hazel, the anger in his heart completely vanished. Honestly, he really needed to thank Khlo. If it was not for her, he might have been played for a fool his entire life. Harvey walked right over and handed the ring to Hazel. He wanted it returned to Lillian. It was a family heirloom. Throwing it away felt wrong, but he's never wanted to see her again. Khlo told him not to worry when Lillian arrived in Switzerland. Khlo had her men escort her straight back. She would not have any chance to bother him. Hazel breathed a massive sigh of relief. Thank goodness Khlo was there to intercept Lillian. Otherwise, Harvey would have been seriously triggered. All over again, Harvey looked over at Khlo. The beautiful woman gave him a gentle smile. She teased that he could repay her by offering himself to her as payment. Hazel playfully punched her shoulder, calling her a brat. She told KH Lo she was going to scare her brother. KH Lo just chuckled, changing her tone. She told him to just design her house perfectly, and they were even. Looking at these two women who cared about him so much, Harvey finally smiled. Thank you, sis, and thank you, KH Lo. No matter what KH Lo did, at least she was genuine. He was truly grateful to her. After Lillian hung up that phone, she was drowning in depression. She never expected Harvey to take KH Lo's side and tell her he would never forgive her. After getting off the plane, she returned home with a swollen red face. The house was a total disaster. Neither her father nor mother were home. Her father's blood pressure had completely spiked, causing him to faint, and he was rushed straight to the hospital. Her mother went with him. When the maids saw her return, they rushed over in a total panic. The baby was missing. Lillian furiously roared, asking if she told them to keep a close eye on him. They swore they were watching him very carefully, but then a bunch of police officers showed up at the house, taking everyone outside for questioning. By the time they got back, the baby was completely gone. Lillian's phone suddenly started ringing nonstop. She snatched it up. What is it? Talk fast, Miss. Trent is gone too. They searched absolutely everywhere but could not find him. He must have snuck out of his room at all. He hasn't even touched the food we brought him yesterday. Lillian smashed her phone against the floor in absolute rage. I asked you fools to watch one guy and an infant, and you completely failed. Absolute garbage. Go track him down this second. Trent had grabbed the child and made a run. Right in the dead of night, his goal was reaching the kid's real mom. But her line was totally dead. Out of options, Trent dragged the baby onto public transit, desperately trying to flee Jiang City and vanish from Lillian. He was way too terrified to risk trains or planes, but right in the middle of his escape route, Lillian's crew ambushed him. The second her face appeared in the aisle, Trent went totally pale with terror. Lillian, please listen. I am begging you to just let me walk away. I swear I will vanish forever. I will never show my face to you or Harvey again. Husband, she smirked. Are you not my husband? Ignoring the heavy stares from everyone else on the bus, Lillian calmly snatched the infant straight out his shaking arms. Be good, hubby. We are going home. Trent panicked. You cannot just steal this child like a maniac. I am perfectly sane, she whispered. Somebody please help me. Trent screamed out. I am so incredibly sorry, folks, Lillian smoothly told the crowd. My poor husband is having a mental breakdown. I truly apologize for holding up the ride. With a single cold glare, Lillian gave the signal, and her goons forcefully dragged Trent off the bus. Back at the massive Vance estate, Lillian tossed Trent straight into a brutal psych ward. As for the kid, her mother could raise it for all she cared, since Trent wanted this twisted family. Lillian gave him exactly what he asked for. The man ruined her entire life and actually thought he could walk away totally free. Yeah, keep dreaming, buddy. After that, she practically abandoned that house entirely. 5 years later, an explosive news report caught her eye. It was about Harvey and KH Lo, the elite KH Lo family heiress just threw legendary wedding of the century over in Switzerland. The lucky groom was the younger brother of the Harvey Group's CEO. Yep, you and I know him. It's Harvey. Now, reports state this is his second marriage. His ex-wife, Lillian Vance, famously had an affair and birthed another guy's child. Harvey had dropped her instantly and filed for divorce. Relocating to Switzerland, he crossed paths with KH Lo. Following 5 long years of waiting, KH Lo finally secured her perfect, happy ending with Harvey. The gorgeous newlyweds are reportedly picking a wild destination for their honeymoon. Will this power couple actually return home? Will they visit Jiang City again? Lillian froze completely. He got married. She stared blankly at the screen, watching this broadcast. The crushing pain in her chest was totally suffocating. She desperately craved just one glimpse of the man she missed every single night, but even as the segment faded to black, Harvey's face never once appeared. A honeymoon, huh? Harvey is definitely coming back to the country for his trip. I just need to wait here. Lillian ended up waiting a tragically long time, but she never saw Harvey again. She had absolutely no clue that Harvey and KH took a global honeymoon tour, exploring countless beautiful countries. The happy couple actually did return home briefly, but from start to finish, KH flawlessly shielded him. From the drama until the day they left again, Lillian never realized he had returned. The day Harvey left Jang City forever, his plane soared above a massive flower field. The ground was totally covered in those white roses he had originally planted just for Lillian, but honestly, folks, Harvey was done with white roses. He prefers bright sunflowers now. People always assume they have endless chances to cross paths again, never realizing that right there was their final goodbye.